Well, looking at the Packers' schedule, we knew Brazil tailgate tour already, so that's not that big a deal. The meat of this schedule, right around Thanksgiving. The meat of this schedule, right there. You could say the 17th if the Bears are any good. I'm not sold. Maybe they will be. Mm-hmm. But 24, 28, 5. How many days is that, Jesse? 12 days. You have 12 days. That is probably going to determine where you're at. If you're going to be a 1-2 seed or if you're going to be a struggling 5, 6, 7 seed. That, to me, that little window right there is going to tell you where you're at. You're going to have a lot of time to play. You're going to have a lot of games in. That is the T-bone or the Florentinian steak of the schedule. Like, that's your meat.
The meat. Okay.
That's going to tell you where you're at.
Okay. More of a filet mignon guy myself. So, 2 of those 3 are at home, which helps. Again, what Tausch
there's 9 home games. Legitimately, there's closer to 10 home games than there is 9 with the Sao Paulo.
Neutral site game in Sao Paulo on Peacock, so everyone's excited about that on Friday, September 6th. But if you don't want to take a victory lap, that's fine. I mean, Jesse could coach you up on how to do that if you wanted to. But what Tausch is referring to is that the Packers have received, for the 3rd time in their history, but only the 2nd time since 1923, a Thanksgiving game at home. It happened in 2015. Now it happens in 2024 as they will play host to the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins on Thursday, November 28th. The next Thursday, after the Lions will have played on Thanksgiving, as they do every year at home, the Packers will then travel to Detroit, or Detroit, as Mike McCarthy would say it, to face the Lions on Thursday, December 5th. So the window opens of the 3-game stretch that Tausch, I agree with, is the meat of their schedule. Home against the 49ers in a 3:25 start on Fox on Sunday afternoon, November 24th. Then the Dolphins at home on Thanksgiving. Then at Detroit. And don't sleep on the next game after that, even though they'll have that mini bye that's kind of a fictional thing, as they'll have a few extra days before they then go to Seattle on Sunday Night Football and face the Seattle Seahawks on the road at Lumen Field on December 15th. I would include that game in that. I would include that game in the meat of the schedule.
Yeah, you can, but
I think
when you look at this, and just Jesse did a great job for everybody on YouTube in the video stream of putting that schedule up, and then he pulled it down.
Did you type that all up?
Yeah, he did. He did. He was fantastic.
No, he didn't.
This is from Packers.com.
The fact that there's only, one of the things when we were talking to Blue yesterday is, you look at bye week, you look at holidays, obviously the opener, but is there any really tough road stretches? Because home games, every player loves home games.
They only got 7 road games.
You only have 7. No, you have 8. Well, you have 7 and then obviously the Sao Paulo. But
neutral.
The fact that there's only 1 round of back-to-back wins. Everything else is standalone. Okay, another home game. We got to go to L.A. Then we get 2 home games. We got to go to Jacksonville. Well, then we play Detroit, and we can empty the bucket because we got a bye week, and then we come back, we go to Chicago right down the street. The only time you have to worry about it is that December 5th where you're at Detroit, which, again, beep, boop, quick, bip-a-bop. And then you have a full 10, 11 days to go play a night game out in Seattle, which will be, I agree with you, Jason. I don't know. They have a new coach. Don't really know what they're going to be doing quarterback-wise, but Seattle is one of the toughest and loudest stadiums in the entire NFL. That is this schedule. As a Packers fan, I know the boys don't want to go to Brazil, but Mark Murphy has to be pleased as punch about everything else about this schedule. There isn't a lot of travel. Mm-hmm. There is, obviously outside of Sao Paulo, there isn't a ton. There's nothing back-to-back. There's plenty of rest. You're only going to really be tested with the one Thursday night game that you're going to have the short window on.
At home.
Everything else you're going to – at home, you're going to have plenty of rest. And, again, the schedule – you look at it. I know everybody does this. Oh, that's a win. That's a loss. They're going to be favored in probably 14 of the 17, maybe only 30, but they're going to be favored at least 12 to 13 times as we sit here right now. And that's before we think this team makes a jump. So I think from a Packer fan standpoint, you have to get a trip down to Nashville if you want it. So for Jesse and his crew that always does a trip, it's a great schedule as far as the Green Bay Packers look at it.
All right, so we're not going to go week by week by week, but we are going to talk about a few more of the highlights coming up from the schedule. Based on winning percentage of their opponents, it is the fourth hardest schedule in the NFL.
Yeah, I want to –
not buying
you can
that.
do this when I'm gone. I think that is the dumbest stat.
Yeah.
Nobody's team is going to be – it's so dumb. And anyone that says, oh, the strength of schedule, you have this, don't even bother wasting your time.